So here we are, about to attempt the Devil's Peak walking trail. This one's not very big at all, it's quite a small, easy bushwalk, but it is created from 700 million year old hard weather resistant pound quartzite, which is incredibly old rock, incredibly tough. And I'll show you guys up at the top how tough it is, and it's been there for so long that all of the water and rain and erosion that's been whiling it away hasn't destroyed this particular mountain, and it's got the name Devil's Peak because it's quite a challenging climb. So I'll see you at the top. So that's Devil's Peak up there, that little nubbin just over on the left hand side. Not incredibly high, as I said, only about 700 meters with an incline rise of about 300, so not tough at all. Should only take me about an hour and a half to get up. I might run back down, but it's a beautiful morning. It was freezing last night, so we had a frost in the window of the car this morning, so heading into winter down here in the southern hemisphere. But still, blue skies and sunshine for now. Made it to the top of the Devil's Peak in South Australia. Only took me about an hour or so to get up. The views from up here are incredible because all of this land is completely flat. There's only a few remnants like this one that I'm standing on right now, which have been left from the once great Flinders Ranges. Apparently it was said that the Flinders Ranges went up to around about the same height of the Himalayas. So they went up to 8,000 meters plus. But since Australia has been untouched by any kinds of continents crashing into it or any sort of change of the geology for so long, all of the erosion, all of the wind and the rain has slowly stripped this land, so it's all just completely flat, apart from a couple of ridges, just like this one behind me. And if we look over there, we have the North Flinders Ranges too. Now this is 700 million year old rock made from quartzite. So quartzite's an incredibly strong piece of rock, so when everything else has been stripped away, this is actually still standing. And because it's so old, and because all of this at one time was a huge sea basin, there's tons and tons of fossils that have been left over in this area. So a lot of scientists have found amazing discoveries of some of the oldest fossils ever found. And this area underneath as well, all of the water has slowly sank down into the deeper layers of the rock. And underneath us is something called the Great Artesian Basin, which is where basically a lot of Australia gets its water from, especially when it's out in the middle of the outback. So we are we're on the coast here of South Australia. Like if you look just over there, you can see a little bit of blue. So that is the ocean, but we're also kind of on the outskirts of the outback. So if we just head a little bit further north, then instead of getting this lush green, beautiful sort of environment, you get to very, very harsh, dry, sandy climates. And that's where I was just living, in a place called Roxby Downs, where it's just red sand wherever you go for miles and miles and miles and miles. Flat red sand.